let me say there is no way anything can be done and be successful without God. Period. There is no way. And I just want to give us 3 charge in regards to what we are doing. 3 charge. There's a story in the book of Mark, the narrative in the book of Mark of a guy who was paralytic. He was lame, he was lying down, and then he had an opportunity that Jesus was around. So remember, he's a paralytic. Here, Jesus was around in the area. And so the guy decided and said, you know what, I need to call my friends. So he calls his 4 friends, and his 4 friends comes and carries him on a stretcher. And they head to where Jesus was, and they arrive to where Jesus was. Unfortunately, they couldn't go in. Those guys had everything to give up, but they didn't. The story gives us a context. Jesus was in somebody's house. So I want you to hold that. He was in somebody's house. He was not in this guy's house. But they risk their life, go on the top of somebody's house, break somebody's house, lower the gentleman down. They were willing to do whatever they can in order for their friend to be healed. 3 charge that I want to give from that scripture. Number 1, whatever you need to change your life is within you. Whatever you need to change your life is not external. Whatever the paralytic needed to change and have the care was with him, and he had to call for help. Anything that you want to do for your life, it is not behind you. It's not ahead of you. It is tucked within you. And that is why you brought yourself here. That is why you say, there is something that I want to do in my life. So whatever you want in life is within you. You're not going to get it from anywhere. Number 2, invest in social capital. Remember, Jesus showed up in that village, not that Jesus lived in that village. So this paralytic, for a long time, he had invested in social, in humans. So when an opportunity arose, he was able to call his friends. He had invested. He did not look at his liability. He did not look at his lameness. He did not look at his paralytic, that he can't do anything. He had invested in human resource. So when an opportunity arose, he just clicked a finger and his friend showed up and they took him to help. What we are doing here, sitting down together, sharing together, don't take it for granted. Invest in human capital. It's very important. There's a Kisi saying, though it talks in depth, but I just want to share for those who are Kisi here, Brother Robinson, I will deal with you later. It says, Makweria chaminto mbusurasi meka. Mbusurasi meka inchawa eriyage sangyo. Even Kisis, I need to interpret for them. Yeah. Makweria chaminto, meaning death comes to our house. Inchagua. Makweria chaminto. Inkiakora. Yes. So when death occurs in your home and the people come, for example, if I lose somebody and you guys come to console me, don't think you're doing any favor for me. What you are doing, you are creating a network so that next time when you have death in your home, I show up. That is the power of social capital. Yes, you can do something alone, but if we come together, if a brother can be a millionaire, now what if 20 brothers, 30 brothers come together? What can they do? What can they, if one can do something? And that is how it all began. Me, Tom, and Eric, we all had 10,000. There was a land that needed 30,000 for down payment. And I had 10,000, he had 10,000, the brother had 10,000. We put it together, we bought a land. 2020, August of the COVID era. Coming, but if I had myself that 10,000, maybe I wouldn't even have the land that I have today. But 3 people coming together. Now imagine 100 people coming together. Investing in social capital. Brothers, I want us, when we read the Bible, stop a little bit of spiritualizing and look for the lessons in there. Look at the lessons. I mean, when I look at what this brother did to get the healing he got, he had to invest in people. Nobody shows up. If you don't show up to any people, if you don't help any people, don't expect any people are going to show up. But this sitting together here, knowing each other, does help. That's charge number 2. Charge number 3, and I'm done. This was said by one of the gentlemen here in this country. Genius is 1% inspirational. Genius, the word genius, like, you show up somewhere, it's like, wow, this looks good. That is just 1% inspirational. 99% perspiration. You gotta sweat. Now, this is what I want to say. These brothers went to where they wanted to take their paralytic to be healed. What did they find? Blockage. None of those guys were willing to open the doors for them. Did they give up? No. They went back, searched for ladders, searched for whatever they could break, and they lowered their friend down. This is what I'm going to say. The road ahead is not going to be easy. If anybody thinks it's going to be easy, it ain't going to be easy. And you know where we give up? When the road gets hard. It's easy to sit here and become so inspirational. It is another thing when the rubber meets the road. Now I want to tell you, scripture tells me here, I love this story because these brothers never give up. I want us not to give up when the rubber meets the road. That we keep on pushing even when we don't know what to do. They were willing to sacrifice themselves. I hope to meet this brother somewhere in heaven when I get there and ask, did you pay the owner of the house? Because there's nothing said about. They broke somebody's house. But they were willing to do beyond what they were supposed to do so that their loved one could be saved. In order for us to be successful, we got to be willing to eat the road, even if it means sacrificing all we have. So it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. But as this story tells us, inspiration is just 1%. 99% is swearing. And we're going to swear until we make it. May God bless us all. Thank you.